Welcome to the third episode of Talking ETV. Today, the smoothie queen is showing y'all how to make a smoothie bowl. That's what we're doing. So, ignore this over here. This is my phone set up so I can get the TikToks because I be neglecting TikTok and I need to post this shit on TikTok and Instagram. So we're gonna ignore my phone on the side. Now let me tell y'all, granola is lit. The counter is wet. Oh my god. Granola is one of the easiest things to make. Granola is so easy. It's so easy. Everybody should make granola. Granola expensive at the store, especially if you get the granola I like. Today I'm making my superfood cacao granola recipe. So good. And it's gonna go in this mason jar when I'm done so I can have me some granola for the week. So that's what that's for. Alright, when I'm making granola, I always start with my liquid first. So maple syrup. You can use honey. But I eat honey. That's why technically I'm not vegan anymore because I do eat honey. So I'm basically vegan plus honey, but I'm just really whole foods, plant-based anyway. You ain't gonna never catch me eating no meat, especially not drinking no milk. That is not a part of my ministry. But the only reason I'm not doing honey with this is because, like, honey for the health benefits, local, organic, raw honey. I like to keep honey raw. So I like maple syrup. Organic, of course. Real maple syrup, not that caramel color and high fructose corn syrup. Vanilla. Seasoning. Gotta season your food. With vanilla. The recipe is on talkingetv.com, of course. And you can purchase your Talking ETV all-purpose seasoning as well. We ain't using this today, but it's on the website. And then a pinch of salt. Just a little salt. I say that as I do a couple of pinches. Gotta have your salt. I'm not even recording them. Oops. See, that's what I get. It's okay. Gotta get the vibes. So after I mix my liquids together, that's when I go in with my powder. So, cacao powder. This is not cocoa powder. This is cacao powder. This is real chocolate. It is the seed from the cacao fruit ground up. This is cacao powder. This is real chocolate. No sugar added. This is real chocolate. Very bitter. Mix this real good. I don't know where my big mixing bowl is, so we just gonna ignore this. The fact that I'm using this baking dish. Because I cannot find my big bowl. I'm gonna be so happy once I get a videographer, y'all. But okay. We're gonna mix this. So this is what's making it the chocolate, the cacao. Very risky of me wearing this all white shirt and making chocolate. Just keep mixing until it's all mixed and it look like chocolate sauce. I want it mixed good. Now, I got my oats. Not steel cut oats, rolled oats. Regular rolled oats. Steel cut oats would be too thick. This is basically it. We about to put it in the oven. This is so easy. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't got no fruit in here right now. And then if you notice, if it's dry, because I know the cacao powder absorbed a lot of my syrup, you just add some more syrup. Starting to come together. Oh, I haven't made granola in so long, y'all. I've been slacking. That is the good thing about being a content creator, is especially being a chef. Content creator. It makes me not be lazy. So I'm gonna do a little more maple syrup because I wanted moisture. Organic, 100% pure, grade A, amber color, rich taste. The good shit. I love granola. I can't have a smoothie bowl without granola, personally. It's not a smoothie bowl without granola. I don't even have to have chopped fresh fruit on the smoothie bowl because the whole bowl is fruit, but it's something about that granola, the ice cold, smooth fruit from the smoothie bowl, nice and thick, like ice cream. And then you just got this crunchy, delicious granola. You can't beat it. Let me cut this flash on. Okay. Now, something that everybody needs, if you cook at all, you need sheet trays, first of all. Can we get into these brand new sheet trays? I just washed it. We're going to ignore that water on the bottom. I'm talking about Volrad. Half sheet trays, the ones they use in restaurants. And I got a Silpat on here. Not the off-brand. We got the Silpat on here, made in France. So I really like to use silicone mats on my sheet trays because I don't got to keep parchment paper in the house. I don't got to keep all these wax. I ain't got to keep all these different papers. I just have my sheet tray and my Silpat. And it's going to be nice and non-stick. So we're going to pour the granola on here and bake it. I'm going to check it maybe after like 10 minutes. We'll see. Because I know what I want it to look like. You got to get it ready to the edge for the thumbnail. Make sure you get everything, because you know what I say, we don't waste over here. Everybody need a rubber spatula too. I need to make sure this is on my Amazon storefront, all of the stuff that I use. Make sure you get the restaurant quality ones that's not going to melt. This would be so much easier if I could find the damn bowl. I don't understand how you lose dishes, but I found a way. Okay. Now we're just going to spread this out evenly so it'll cook evenly. You don't want to just throw it in a big pile and put it in the oven. My oven is already preheated to 350. Something y'all need to get in the habit, if you're not already in the habit of doing it, is every time when you know you're about to use your oven, as soon as you come in the kitchen to cook, preheat the oven before you do anything. That's what I always do when I know I'm about to bake something. Ooh, this granola about to be so good. This is probably my favorite granola recipe that I got. I got a few of them. Usually when I make it, I only make a little bit at a time. But I'm like, nah. Let me make... For me, this is a double batch. Because it's just me. But yeah. Alright, that's it. Run some water on them dishes, because ain't nobody got time to be fighting sticky dishes. You got the thumbnail. So this is going to go in the oven at 350, maybe about, I'm going to check it after 10. If you had like a big wide spatula, you could flip this when it's halfway done. But I ain't doing all of that. Excuse me, I'm running water in this sink to fill up this pan. Ooh, oven is hot. Bam. So I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna check it. So I'm just gonna clean up. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean up. But let me tell y'all about these fruits. So the fruits that I'm putting in my superfood cacao granola is freeze-dried blueberries. So freeze-dried blueberries because texture. Organic, of course. Everything I'm using is organic, always. I don't like dried blueberries in granola because I like the crunch of freeze-dried blueberries. So I got freeze-dried blueberries, and then I got mulberries, which are dried, of course. Love mulberries. All of these fruits are superfoods. Go Google and look at all the nutrition value that they have. Now, mulberries, I love the chew of mulberries in the granola. So good. I'm not putting these in the oven because one, retention of nutrition, and then two, they burn real fast. I really just want the oats to get nice and crunchy. So yeah, the chew from mulberries and granola is so good, especially in this recipe. And the good old goji berry. I feel like everybody know about goji berry nowadays, but you can't neglect the goji berries. And the 3 different colors are pretty, too, in the granola. So, yeah. Now, y'all, this is for the smoothie bowl. Ignore this. While I'm sitting here cleaning up, we're going to talk about Walking Dead. So, where do I even begin with this episode of Walking Dead, y'all? Child, where do I even begin? They started off the episode with another flashback, a rewind reel. Angela Kang said that they've been doing that. I think from the way that she described it, I think they're going to do this at the beginning of every Walking Dead episode. So they did it in 11:17 and they did it in 11:18. And I'm just like, finna cry at the beginning of every episode. So it started, and Judith was narrating it again, just like she did the last one. This time it was kind of focused on Daryl a lot, from him when he killed Merle, and it was just reminding you of how much Daryl has been through over the past, over a decade. We've been in the apocalypse. That shit is crazy. Like, I don't forget the main stuff that happened to Walking Dead, but just to see everything again in the flashback, I'm like, oh my God. So they're keeping us in the emotions that the show is ending and reminding us of how far the show has come. So I be ready to cry at the beginning of every episode. I be like, look at Norman here, look at Glenn. Literally at the beginning of every episode, I'm finna cry. I be like, damn, bitch, it ain't even started yet. Then they pick right back up where we left off with Lance. Pick right back up where we left off with Lance. And that is crazy. They picked right back up where we left off with Lance. Now, I didn't know how it was going to go. And Lance had that damn smirk on his face. Not y'all all in my booty. I'm not going to be standing like this in camera. This is funny. But yeah. So, we picked right back up where we left off with Lance. And that's crazy. He's sitting there smirking. Daryl got him at knife point. Our people got the soldiers that he got with him at knife point, y'all. At knife point. And I'm sitting here like, oh, shit. How is we finna get out of this? Because Lance need to get his. He need to get his. He about due for his. What goes around comes around. He done been the cause of many people dying. It's his turn to get his. But I knew they wasn't going to let us off that easy. So then, Mercer come in that bitch. I'm like, what? They got there fast. Daryl sent Negan on that mission, and when I tell you Negan and Carol delivered, they delivered. They got back fast. Boy, if Mercer and them would have been about 60 seconds later, that ass would have been grass, boy. Ain't no telling what would have happened down there. Multiple people was about to die down there. Mercer wasn't by himself. He showed up with Pam. He had Pam caught Lance in the act, y'all. Caught Lance in the act. He couldn't deny it. He wasn't going to sweet talk his way out of it. Pamela has had it with his shit. And obviously she wanted to use him. And like Carol's idea so her son could walk away scot-free. Ooh, you know we're going to get into Sebastian. So then, Pamela and Mercer come in. So Daryl paused for a second. And Pamela right there. So, but Daryl don't give a fuck about that. Daryl was really still finna kill Lance to do something. Daryl did not give a fuck that Mercer and Pamela showed up. It wasn't until Carol said something that Daryl was like. So, you know Daryl trusts Carol with his life, with our people's life, with everybody's life. We know Carol is the queen of the fucking apocalypse. Literally, her and Michonne are the queens of the fucking apocalypse. So, Daryl was obviously going to listen to Carol. I knew he was going to listen to Carol. And she was like, hey, I got us a deal, but we need him alive. Pamela was saying, I need him alive or whatever. And I'm like, damn, Daryl, at least slap the shit out of him or something, because Lance can't get off that easy. Daryl stabbed that man in his hand. When I tell y'all, I screamed for about a minute straight. Y'all, I am not exaggerating. I kid y'all not. I screamed for about a minute straight. Boy, that was so funny. I screamed literally for about a minute straight. That shit tickled me. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. My full uncut reaction videos to things that y'all will never see on YouTube, and all shit that's copyrighted on YouTube that done been blocked and everything is all on my website. Anything I'm ever talking about, everything is on my website, where you could find the links to listen to the podcast, my website, just everything is on my website. The reaction is on my website before the podcast episodes come out, just so y'all know. So, Daryl stabbed that man in his hand, and he was like, don't worry, he'll live. That tickled me. That was just hilarious. That was so funny to me, y'all. Daryl was absolutely, positively not having it. Usually I wash my dishes as soon as I'm done filming the podcast, because like I'm cooking something and I want to eat my food hot. But since I'm making granola and I'm waiting on my granola, shoot, I figure I just wash them now. Anybody that got dishes in their sink, go wash them right now. I know somebody that's watching this got dishes in their sink. Do y'all like my restaurant tablespoons and teaspoons? Look at this big ass tablespoon. It's a Volrath 2 tablespoons. Cause like when you got big containers and stuff, like when I was measuring out my ingredients for my granola, like I literally used this big ass 2 tablespoons to dig out my cacao powder. So yeah, it's great for stuff like that. Invest in your kitchen, you'll cook more. And clean y'all sink while y'all at it. Y'all know black people love to talk about people who don't clean their sink. I swear, are we the only people that talk about people if they don't clean their sink? I never hear anybody else talking about that. Like, literally talking about people that don't clean their sink. But yeah. They are maintaining the momentum with each episode of Walking Dead. They are not slowing down, and they are not going easy on us. Y'all do realize that at this point, we only got 6 episodes left of Walking Dead ever. The Walking Dead is over. 6 episodes. That is it. So, I'm upset about it. Not gonna lie. Because it's my favorite show. It's the greatest show to ever grace television. I'm so hurt. And we haven't had any major deaths. Every episode, I'm just like, where is the major deaths? Are they coming? Where are they? Like, I know they're coming, but I'm scared. I am so scared, y'all. 2 episodes in, and we still haven't had any major deaths yet. I knew my granola was finna ding. Now let me check it, because I just knocked shit over. Oops. I'm always knocking something over. This is so ghetto. That's why I like podcasts. I like longer form content. I'm not a TikTok girl. It's too fast for me. I need to put these on my Amazon storefront. Y'all, look at these silicone oven mitts. I love these more than regular oven mitts because you can keep them clean. You can wash them. You can throw them in the dishwasher. You can do whatever you want with these. Okay, so let's check the granola. Hell no. Nowhere near done. But matter of fact, I am going to flip it though. Nowhere near done. I'm going to just keep... I was going to wait until I sat down with my smoothie bowl to talk about Walking Dead, but I'm going to just talk about it while I'm cooking because the episode will be like 4 hours long at this point. So I'm just using the spatula, just tossing the granola, just stirring it up a little bit. Usually when I make this, I make like half this amount, so this is going to cook longer. But yeah, so after all that shit, Daryl reunited with Lydia. Now y'all, we haven't seen Lydia ever since she got in the hole with the kids and the rest of Annie and Negan and them people. We ain't seen her in a minute. And it was nice to see Lydia again. She is just so sweet. We love Lydia. We stand Lydia, protect Lydia. I don't know if she's gonna make it through the show, but it'd be nice if she made it through the show. Daryl reunited with Lydia, and Daryl did the same thing that he told Maggie she didn't have to do. He was like, I never thanked you for taking care of the kids, saving the kids, or whatever he said. And she was like, I never thanked you for saving me. You don't have to. It's just what we do. And I'm like, Daryl, you literally just told Maggie that in the last episode. It was so sweet, y'all. Our people really, really, really do love each other. It just... the way that our people love each other is another reason why I could really accept Magna and Luke and them. And first of all, we have not seen Luke in like 10 years. Speaking of Luke, but their group is just as tight as like our group, and that's why they fuck with us, and that's why they joined our group. They are literally like the only people we've ever met that like is a family for real. Like, it's not a game. Y'all, Judith started off the episode narrating. We got to get into Judith and Daryl and everything that happened. So when I tell y'all Judith is Carl's little sister, that girl is Carl's little sister. We can't deny it. That is his blood, okay? That girl is Carl's little sister. She is just like her brother. Out here running away and for the greater good, want to save everybody and don't care if they risk their own life. And I just be like, Judith, trust me, we really wish it was all sunshine and rainbows, but baby, it is the end of the world. Like, Judith doesn't even know what it's like to not live in a post-apocalyptic world. And she is hell-bent on it being normal. And it's crazy. It's crazy. One thing we ain't got to worry about is that child losing her humanity. We do not got to worry about that. Like, she genuinely is Carl's sister, for real. And was raised by Michonne and Rick on top of that. I mean, what more humanity can you get? So yeah, that was her little speech, and when she was talking to Daryl about, okay, let me go back. Y'all know I don't have no notes. It's just a free-for-all when I talk. Y'all, Daryl got back to the Commonwealth after all the land shit, and he was getting their shit, because obviously Carol's plan worked, and his plan to send Negan over there worked, so they was able to get their shit. Her little katana, I was like, oh my God, give her sword. He didn't give her sword. He offered her Rick's gun. It's her gun, Carl's gun. And she didn't want it. And it's like, damn. You know Michonne raised that girl. She was talking about how Michonne put her sword down. Y'all remember when Michonne put her sword down in Alexandria? And then Pete took his goof ass in there and took Michonne's sword off the mantle and slit Red's throat. Discussion for another day. That shit was crazy. Michonne didn't want to carry her sword around no more. She wants things to be normal. They don't want to have to fight for their life and kill every damn day. Everybody just want to be normal. And unfortunately, the world is just not that way. So I really feel for Judith. She doesn't even know what it's like to have a quote-unquote normal life, but she wants that so bad for her and everybody, not even just for her. People she don't know. She just wants everybody to be like that. And that's why Carl is dead right now. But we ain't gonna even get into Carl, because, y'all know we mad at Carl being dead. And so yeah, that was very symbolic for Judith to not want that gun. And then at the end of the episode, that girl had to kill that walker that was on Sebastian bitch ass, which he deserves that death. So then, now y'all know, like I said, Judith is Carl's sister. She liked to sneak off. When that girl disappeared, when Daryl had got back to the house and he was packing their shit up, getting the kids ready to go, and that girl was gone, I got scared for a second. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, where did this damn girl go? Like, where did she go? Where did she go? Where did she go? Where did she go? I'm like, but then I thought about it. I didn't get scared no more. I let it go. And I was like, wait, they in the Commonwealth. She can't just leave the Commonwealth. Like, she's not gonna get out of the Commonwealth. So I'm like, okay, she ain't going nowhere, but we don't know where she at. Daryl found her in the church, and that made me happy because I got stressed out. I was like, they're not going to let us have a happy episode. The episode started off cool, and I'm like, nah, shit gonna hit the fan in every episode. You know we can't have nice things. I'm not going to even get comfortable. I was on the edge of my seat. So I was like, I don't trust it. We can't have nothing nice. Daryl and Carol. Daryl and Carol, Daryl and Carol, Daryl and Carol. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like anybody that shipped Daryl and Carol is weird. I'm never here for it. Daryl and Carol have had a platonic relationship from the start, and it is going to the end. I do not ship Daryl and Carol. They will never be lovers. I feel bad for anybody that shipped them. I don't see it. I never will see it. The only person I've ever shipped Daryl with is Connie. Love that. I'm talking about sparks ever since they met. You know, you can see it, you can't deny it. Him and Leah, he was just down bad in the woods. If Rick wouldn't have been gone and he wouldn't have been out isolated for all them years, he never would have fucked with her. That was circumstantial. It ain't, yeah, but Connie is different. Connie is different. So y'all know I'm on the look, what is it? The Carol, or is it Donnie? I say Donnie, the Donnie ship. I'm driving that boat. So, but when Carol and Daryl had that moment and they was walking in the Commonwealth, and Daryl was talking about how he don't know what he doing trying to raise these kids, and it's just crazy. Daryl has never seen himself having kids. Like, he didn't even grow up with a real sense of family. He never got a real family until the post-apocalyptic world when he met our people. So, of course, he couldn't even fathom having multiple children, caring for multiple children, and fighting every day to keep them kids alive. He had to let Judith know, like, girl, I'm sorry I kind of snapped at you earlier. I had attitude, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I got to keep y'all safe. So I like that him and Judith, like, he got a little snappy at her earlier, but then he apologized for it later and was like, you stuck with me. So, but yeah, that was so precious and so cute. But Carol mentioned Sophia, which Sophia don't get mentioned a lot. So when Carol mentioned Sophia, I was like, who did BB Sophia? Sophia's death was hard on everybody. That was one of the hardest deaths that everybody in the show has ever had to deal with. Sophia just hit different. Like, ooh, Sophia hit different. Everybody really thought that we was just gonna find Sophia in the woods, and they never found her. That girl was in that barn. So when Carol was talking about how that's how she felt when she had Sophia, I was finna start crying, because that was a sentimental moment. I was like, Carol and Sophia, not Sophia. 2 minutes 35 seconds on the granola. So Daryl had went in the house to go pack up his kids, right? Carol see Ezekiel out there. Y'all know Ezekiel is as close to the world pre-apocalypse as he's ever been. That man is being a whole ass zookeeper. He got his whole ass job back. So Carol talking to Ezekiel, and when I tell y'all, before she even asked him, is he coming with them, I already knew the answer was no, as far as like his plans. Like, obviously, if Commonwealth went to hell and burned down, Ezekiel will go with us. But as long as the Commonwealth is standing, that's Ezekiel's second chance at maintaining the kingdom. I already knew the answer to that, and I kind of felt bad. I was like, damn, Ezekiel, you ain't gonna come with us? But I completely understood why, so I couldn't even blame him. But before Carol even asked, I already knew the answer. I was like, damn, Ezekiel, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. So much happened this episode. Let us not skim over the fact that Eugene and Max played a big role in this episode. So, y'all, I'm mad at Max. This is the part I've been waiting to get to. You know I got to talk about the whole episode, but this is what got me. When I tell y'all, I am so mad at Max right now. I kept calling her Stephanie by accident because she was obviously fake Stephanie for a while. Stephanie don't even exist. But I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her because, like, she feels this guilt that she's been working with the Miltons all this time and she doesn't agree with what they do. And I can understand that. You're in a post-apocalyptic world. You got this job. It's like, But ever since our people came along, you know, you've had the opportunity to set things right. But the only problem that I had with Max's plan, and then don't forget, Eugene was like, oh, I know what guilt feels like. I was like, oh, girl, you don't even know the guilt that Eugene carried, how many people done died because of his lies. But yeah, so she don't feel nowhere as near as guilty as Eugene. I know that. But y'all, why didn't Max wait? That's what got me. Y'all have a fucking intercom that you can play that tape at any moment. And you, oh shit, my granola. No. Hold on. That granola said stop. Ooh, it smells like it's done. Hold on, let me see. The granola is gonna get a little bit harder once it dries too. Let me see. Oh, it's so close. Not yet. So close. I don't want to do 10 more. When you're cooking, you can always cook it some more, but you can't take it back, you can't uncook it. So I'm gonna do 5 more minutes on this granola. And then, even though I think it might take 8, 9, I don't know. I'm gonna just do 5, check it, and do 5 more. No, so I love Stephanie's plan. I keep calling this lady Stephanie, Max. I love Max's plan. You need everybody to know that it's not just Lance that ain't shit. The Miltons ain't shit either. I get it. Like, I get it. But she is so hell-bent all of a sudden on getting Sebastian caught. And I'm like, okay, like, I get it. But right now is not the fucking time. Carol has a plan together. She's packing up the kids. We need to get the fuck out of here and go home. Eugene asked you, did you want to come home with us? You said maybe another time. So I just don't like her timing. Why you ain't do that when we was gone already, bitch? Because now it don't look like our people finna be able to leave the Commonwealth. So that was the only thing that made me mad. I wasn't mad at the fact that she did it, because she played that shit so cool. And I knew she was gonna do it. I literally saw it coming. As soon as Pam left, I was like, she finna record him. Before they even showed, like, I just knew she was about to record him, because he was in there mad as fuck that he had to do a speech. And I wanted his mom to slap the shit out of him again, but she didn't. But she, like, fake cussed him out. I'm gonna do this. This is bullshit. She slapped her hand on that table and was like, you will do this. I'm like, okay, please. Because that is a grown-ass man acting like a little-ass boy. I'm talking about he got a beard. That is a grown-ass man. He nigga at least 30. Least 30. At least 30. So, when Max recorded him, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So she got that. And I'm just like, please. Like, I wanted her to hold on to it. You have an intercom. You can play it at any time. Like, we got Lance in jail. Wait, just hold on to the tape. Why the fuck she played the tape at Founders Day with our people out there? And obviously Eugene was the person up there to press play on the tape. So now they know our people are involved, when really it's just Eugene, because none of our people knew. Even Lance told them, don't fuck with the Miltons, when they went down there trying to bribe Lance and get information. Even Lance told them to not do that shit. But yeah, man, that's the only thing. I wasn't mad at the fact that Max did it. I'm like, yeah, get the tea on Sebastian that only y'all and our people know. The people of the Commonwealth deserve to know. Okay, but just hold on to it. So that's what got me. Now, all while this is going on, Lance, 2 loyal soldiers. Clearly, the only 2 people in the whole Commonwealth that really fuck with Lance is fake Stephanie and whoever that bald head man is. I don't know. I don't even remember fake Stephanie's name, but her name is just going to be fake Stephanie forever. I really don't care what her name is. But fake Stephanie and that bald man that had came looking for the kids and Daryl, remember? Them people that was setting up for Founders Day, just another day at work. Just another day at work. Got slaughtered. Ain't that shit crazy? Just imagine you going to work talking shit how you do. Every year, we set it up, we take it down, and we never get to see the ceremony. And that black man was like, you know, black people love to play the lottery. Niggas love the lottery. He was like, he was just waiting on the lottery because shit, he just felt like he had a chance this time. Just talking. They didn't even get in the door good. And they just walked in and shot all of them people. I'm like, is we really doing this? And then when that scene ended, I was like, oh, they gonna turn into walkers, because they did not shoot them in the head on purpose. Damn. Lance got a plan A, B, and C. He's very much a gambler and do risky shit, but he always got a backup. Like he told Pamela, certain alliances you have with the Commonwealth. And it's like, sir, don't nobody fuck with you but them two people. Nobody. Not them people that was growing the poppy out there. Don't nobody fuck with you, Lance. It's literally just them two people. I would be surprised if we would see some more people that fuck with Lance, but so far it's just them two people. The Commonwealth soldiers just be doing their job. They ain't got no choice. They just want a job. So they don't got to go live in the ghetto in the Commonwealth and get them a little check. So yeah, y'all, that shit was crazy. And they ended up, well, we didn't get to that part yet. It didn't show it, but I don't know. They outside landed. Uh-oh. Damn, it's been 5 minutes already? Let me stick my hand in there. Nope. Not this granola taking longer. But it's okay, because that's why I'm talking now. So, I didn't set another timer, because I'll sit here and talk. So, y'all, that was crazy. So, when the Founders Day celebration or party, whatever you want to call it, started, in the comic books, when this happened, it was football. But obviously, because of the pandemic, it would have been real hard on them to try to do football. So that's why they did wrestling. So I was just sitting here like, my face was so stale in my reaction video. I'm like, I really don't care about y'all Founders Day. Like, I was literally like Daryl, and you see Daryl just looking around the whole time. Daryl would like look at the wrestling. He didn't give a fuck that they was wrestling. He was just like, and he was just looking around, paying attention to everything. Daryl always paying attention. Always paying attention. And he was just paying attention. That's why when shit hit the fan, oh, he was ready. And when he lost Judith for that quick second, he scared the shit out of me. I was like, no, he just had her. He just had her. Because y'all know I hate it when our people is apart. And like Maggie said in the beginning of the episode, as long as we together. And I'm like, girl, yes, I hate it when our people is not together. It feels extra good when we all together, because our people do spend a lot of time apart. If our people is not on the road trying to survive, like when we was stuck in the season 5, we always apart for some reason. Like, it'd be somebody on one mission over here, and then somebody else on a mission over here. Like right now, the only people we get on the mission is Lydia. Let's get into that real quick. No, Lydia and Elijah. Lydia and Elijah go together, right? They go together, right? They gotta go together. I think they go together. Cause when Daryl was talking to Lydia in the beginning, I can't believe I almost forgot about that. When Daryl was talking to Lydia in the beginning, I'm like, okay. I smirked. Cause Elijah came over there and put his hand on Lydia's shoulder. And I'm like, They literally focused the camera on his hand for a good 5 seconds. And I'm like, why y'all focusing the camera on his hand that long? And then they showed his face and he was smiling. And she was telling Carol, like, oh, I'm sorry. And Carol was like, you don't never got to be sorry. She brought up Henry. Boy, Carol was about to start crying. I know y'all saw my auntie eyes watering. That was sad. She was like, I just can't. Henry, I haven't forgot about him. And I'm like, girl, we ain't never forgot about Henry neither. But, yeah. Henry was, Henry might have been not crazy like Lizzie, but naive like Lizzie. Like, Lizzie genuinely just knew in her soul that walkers is not dead. They're still themselves. Obviously, why she killed her sister. That shit was so sick. But Henry was top tier naive. Like, it was stupid at that point. Like, he was doing shit that he kept getting stopped. He kept getting stopped shit he was trying to do. And then he kept doing it anyway. And he is literally the reason for the Whisperer War. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Henry literally started the Whisperer War. He just would not leave that girl alone. But, yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. So that's nice to know that Lydia think about Henry every day. That was really her little boo. They was cute. They was cute. Had to be love at first sight. Had to be. Shout out to the comic book Lydia. Licking her eye hole. But if you know, you know. Go on my YouTube channel. And look at me reading all of the Walking Dead comics. All of them. I read. All 4 compendiums. All 193 issues. That was a good time. Them lives was busting. So yeah. Back to Founders Day, the ceremony. You see Mercer is at a crossroads at this point. Mercer is genuinely for the Commonwealth. The greater good of humanity. People being able to just live and not have to fight for their life outside every day. But he's not for the Milton bullshit. So Mercer is at a crossroad at this point. And then, like, that was even more, that point was even more, like, it's been little by little. You know, whenever our people show up to a community, shit just hit the fan. Like, all of the, everything come to a head when our people get to a community. We can't never really enjoy it when we first get there. So, that was even, like, that point was more reinforced that Mercer is at a crossroad. When shit hit the fan, obviously, when Eugene played the tape, which pissed me off. I was like, why would y'all do this right now? We don't got all the kids. We not packed up. You just, it was the timing. It's not even the fact that she did it. Like, girl, you couldn't have waited till all our people had their bags packed and anybody that wanted to leave Commonwealth could leave first. Because you got to remember, there's people that want to leave the Commonwealth. So all of the people that want to leave, okay. But if you want to stay, I'm going to reveal to you who you're staying with, the Miltons. Like, it was the timing for me. Because I love the fact that she exposed him, but it was just the timing. The timing. So then, y'all, when shit hit the fan and the walkers came out from Lance people that had killed them as a distraction, obviously, so they could go bust Lance out of jail. I hope they're not successful with busting him out of jail. But they are outside of his jail cell. We saw that. And he finally bit that apple Eugene brought to him. But, and that was crazy because I forgot that Lance had got Eugene out of jail a couple of times. So that was funny when Lance said that when Eugene and Max came down there to see him. And that's another thing too. Lance even said it, like, your girlfriend is close to the Miltons, like, keep using that. And that was another thing too, like, you are the closest to them more than anybody. Like, you are literally Pam's right-hand girl. Don't fuck that up. Hold on to that as long as possible. Yeah, so that's just what blew me, y'all. It was the timing. But Stephanie can't take it no more. I mean, Max. She pretended to be Stephanie for so long, y'all. I can't get their name out of my head. So, when Mercer called up his crew, everybody to the town square. What, Tango, come to the town square, whatever he said. They got to kill these walkers. And I'm like, first of all, it wasn't even a dozen. Like, y'all got this. Relax. Like, relax. But obviously, he didn't know how many it was. And it's a herd on the way, too. So, he could have thought that the herd had got in or whatever. But Pamela, he was like, stay here with the governor until you hear directly from me. And Pamela was like, you're supposed to protect me. She said that, or she said it's your job to protect me. And he said, my job is to protect the Commonwealth, ma'am. And left her ass. I said, woo, Mercer, what's it gonna be? I don't know if you're gonna get to be able to stay at the Commonwealth with shit the way it's going. I don't know. We know the 2 people that want to stay at the Commonwealth is Mercer, Ezekiel, Tommy, which is Yumiko's brother. And if Tommy want to stay, then Yumiko gonna want to stay. But like Magna already said, like, we will literally drag you and Tommy out of here if shit hit the fan. Like, it's not a discussion. You're not staying. So yeah, you go. That shit was crazy. Our people ain't even been able to go home to Alexandria yet. So yeah, I'm just very upset with Max. I'm just so hurt. The timing. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell y'all as I'm sitting here looking at my mulberries. Mulberries, dry mulberries, they be big. And I don't be wanting them big, fat mulberries in granola because you got to think, like, when I'm eating a smoothie bowl, I don't want no one big piece. of mulberry. So I do chop these. Just think about whatever bite size you want. So yeah. Side note. So shit hit the fan, right? And then Judith and Daryl get separated. And I'm starting to get upset because I didn't know they was going to come right back together instantly. And Sebastian is on Mac's ass. I'm talking about he chasing her. He on her ass. But obviously because people was running amok, he steady running into people. She steady running into people. That shit was crazy. I'm talking about he on her ass. Every time he get close to her, he get pushed back. He get stuck in between people. That shit was crazy. He finally caught up to her and threw her into a walker. I was like, I'll be damned if she get bit. I'll be damned if she get bit. I'll be damned. She didn't get bit, thankfully. She got away. I'm like, girl. Because at first he was grabbing her. And she's a woman. She's not stronger than the man. I'm like, girl, fight him. She's struggling with him. And then a walker came. So he just threw her into the walker. I was going to be so pissed if she got bit. Because we ain't had no major deaths in a while in Walking Dead. Now that I think about it, we are due. She's not even a major death. But I consider something a major death like Ezekiel or some shit. The granola gotta be done after this. Oh yeah, huh? I'm gonna do, I swear, 5 more minutes and it's done. I know exactly how I want the texture. I don't like that soft granola. Like, I like that good crunchy granola. And then I know when it dries and cool off, it's going to get just slightly crunchier. But, make sure I had my time wrong. But yeah, so, that was crazy. Damn, what was I at? I was deep into how I felt about this episode and talking before that damn granola went off. Damn, what was I at? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, he threw her into the walker. And I was like, I'll be damned if she get bit. She better not get bit. Thank God she didn't. Sebastian goof ass ended up getting bit. Child. I did not see his death happening like that. I obviously don't know how he gonna die. Didn't know how he was gonna die. That surprised me that he died like that, like right in that moment. Because I'd be like, is it finally happening? Is it happening? Like, I'm getting excited. Like, when that walker got him, I was like, bite his ass. Literally what goes around comes around. He got all of that training, personally, one-on-one training from Mercer in the Army. He supposed to be so tough. We know he a piece of shit. Like, remember when he was, quote-unquote, practicing the speech? And he was like, I feel like a douchebag. I'm like, you are a fucking douchebag. Like, what do you mean you sound like a douchebag? Like, you are a fucking douchebag. So when that walker got on him and everybody just watched and was like, and just looked, like at first, you know, everybody was like real jumpy because like they're not used to being that close to walkers. They were scared. But because it was Sebastian, help me, get him off me, help me. He's sitting there struggling, trying to get that walk off of him. Struggling, trying to get that walk off of him. Girl, everybody just watched, and I was like, yes, what goes around comes around. He got his. That made me so happy that he finally got his. We know there are going to be repercussions, unfortunately, even though it ain't our people's fault. Them was Lance people that let out them fucking walkers. That's a whole nother thing. Like, it's just a lot of different shit going on at once. That shit made my day. I was sitting there clapping like a motherfucker. Like, I just watched it. I was like, boy, I was so happy. That shit was so... I mean, I done been and snacked on all the goji berries waiting on this damn granola. This is what I get for making a double batch of granola. Takes twice as long. And to be fair, what I used to do when I would make my granola, I would literally make it at work. So in a commercial convection oven, the shit is obviously gonna cook way faster. And on a full sheet tray at that. A full sheet tray spread out on one layer in a commercial kitchen is gonna cook way faster than a half sheet tray. Jesus, hold on. Than a half sheet tray in a house oven. Okay, there we go. Goji berry got stuck. I don't like goji berries as much as I do the mulberries and the blueberries, so that's why I'm eating these by themselves. But I do like these in the granola, but just not as much as the mulberries and the blueberries. That's why I'm sitting here snacking on these. It's just a different flavor. They like sweet, but like it just tastes like goji berries. They don't taste like nothing else. They sweet, they dry, they chewy. I damn near want to say smoky. Like, not like eating a hot pepper, but kind of like that same vibe. I like goji berries. But yeah, so after Sebastian got his, boy, I'm happy. That shit was so good. And ain't it crazy that the child that don't want to be a gunslinger and tired of carrying a damn weapon, she don't want to have to fight and kill every day. She just want to live and be a child and have friends and be normal. Had to use her gun to kill that walker that was on Sebastian. I'm not going to skim over the fact, I definitely call it, that her and Daryl was walker fighting together. I don't know if we've ever seen Daryl and Judith Walker fight together. We've definitely gotten her and Michonne, but I don't know if we ever got her and Daryl. If so, I don't remember. But that was a moment. And when he was telling her, like, I'm with you and we gonna do this and we got this, and Daryl had his 2 knives, bitch. One thing about Daryl, he gonna keep 2 knives. And I know he probably got one, like, on his ankle or something. So, he was fighting with Judith. And I was like, I was all in my feelings. I just love how they making sure to keep me in my feelings this whole end of the show. Every time they come on, the commercial. Walking Dead, the last episode. I swear it's almost done, y'all. But I know what I want the texture to be like. So, and I'm just making a smoothie. So blending the smoothie is literally going to take 60 seconds. And I still got some shit that I want to talk about with this episode. So, and that's crazy. This will be my first Walking Dead episode. Not with all my Walking Dead comic books and shit around me. So, y'all, that shit was crazy. Damn, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Daryl and Judith fighting together. That was a very good scene. I lived for that scene. That was so good. And then, if y'all pay attention, in the crowd, Nabila, that's Jerry's wife's name, right? Nabila was out there, and I saw 2 of Jerry's kids. I didn't see the third one, but I'm sure the third one was out there because she wouldn't have 2 of her kids and not have all 3. But I only saw 2 of her kids. She had one of her kids on her hip, and one of them was down here, and I saw Ezekiel grab one of the kids. And when I saw Nabila for like that quick second, because I'm like, Daryl, get the kids, where's RJ? Like, I'm literally panicking at this point, because I'm like, that's that Walking Dead PTSD. Like, you know shit gonna hit the fan. So then when shit hit the fan, where's the kids? Daryl, get RJ. Where's RJ? Where's RJ? Where's RJ? You know, we got a whole ass Rashawn baby, and they still wasting it. He literally gets 3 lines every 4 episodes. He got his 3 lines in this episode. We not gonna skim over the fact that RJ got his 3 lines this episode. Where's Judith? I don't know. The way he be talking, this should be so funny. She packed, but she said she's not coming back. I don't know why he talk like that. But he literally get like 3 lines every 4 episodes. That shit crazy. But, so I forgot that RJ got his 3 lines. So he's probably not going to talk again until the finale at this point. But Daryl reunited with Judith, whooped ass. And then, don't forget, I saw Jerry kids. I don't know if I saw Jerry. Everything was happening so fast. And I was looking too. I saw Nabila. I'm like, oh, because I was already like, Judith, because I was hurt when her and Daryl got separated for a quick second out in the crowd. I'm like, oh, where's RJ? Daryl, get the kids. We got to go. We got to get the fuck out of here. Because they was literally already packing their shit at the house. They was already packing their shit. Let me lift this camera up. I'm sick of bending over. Yeah. So, I was like, damn. Let me move this table into the camera. Okay. So, I'm already hurt that Daryl and Judith got separated for a quick second. And then when they reunited, I'm like, okay, they together. They whooping ass. Okay, they got it. Because they got separated for a second. Trauma. Walking Dead trauma. Where's RJ? I just instantly go to, where's the kids? Everybody about to die. Just instantly. So then when I saw Jerry kids, I'm like, oh, get Jerry kids. Don't kill Jerry kids. Nabila got one. Ezekiel got one. Where's the other child? Where is Jerry kids? It's one more. I did not see his third child. I only saw two. So I'm cutting up over Jerry kids. And then, y'all, I completely forgot about the Gabriel and Rosita situation. We're not going to forget about that. They showed the church, and Gabriel up there giving a whole ass sermon. A whole ass sermon. I'm thinking it's going to be like maybe 5 people in the audience. Child, it wasn't nobody in that damn audience. Nobody. And he's still up there giving his sermon like he really talking to somebody. But I feel like that was even though it wasn't nobody there, that really was for him. He was like, that was my last sermon. Rosita came in, and I'm like, y'all know every single time I see Rosita and Gabriel, I'm like, how did he get the bad bitch? Like, how did he get Rosita? How did he get her? Like, Gabriel, like, and that's crazy because she's seen the growth of Gabriel. She's seen his evolution. She's seen it all. She was there when we met him on top of that rock screaming like a bitch. I called for help and help came. That Gabriel, season 5 Gabriel. She's seen it. And of course he's grown and evolved, but I just genuinely do not see it. Like, they don't even look good together. Y'all know I'm always going to say it every chance I get. I'm mad I didn't get to see her and Sadiq together. She literally just showed up pregnant. Like, when was y'all going to let me know she was with Sadiq? I would have loved to have seen that. But I got to keep looking at her and Gabriel. But she came in there with her baby. Coco is big. Y'all see how big Coco is now? She got a whole ass baby. Coco looked like she at least 1, 2. I'm talking about big at this point. We hadn't seen her in a minute. And I'm like, because when they first got to Commonwealth, she was little. And now she big. I'm like, okay. Y'all know I don't always be knowing how much time that went by. Like, I be having an idea, but I don't be having an exact amount of time that has gone by since we first got to Commonwealth. What has it been? Has it been a year? I know it's definitely been months. Because the kids are settled. They be going to school. Daryl done had time to go through the rings to get them a better place to live. Carol done had time to do what the fuck she do. So I feel like it's been some months. I know that. But I don't know if we passed the year mark at the Commonwealth already. So Gabriel and Rosita was sitting there talking. And I was like, damn. She really loved this man. She really do. That's crazy. So Gabriel and Rosita had a moment. And that was nice. So Gabriel was talking about how he was surprised that he is even preaching again. Like, he's surprised he even found his way back to God. And it's like, I'm not surprised. Because even though, well, really, I was about to say even though Gabriel went off the rails. Technically, Gabriel has never gone off the rails. Like, it be a situation where it's either our people finna die or somebody else finna die. And Gabriel is killing motherfuckers. You know, Father One Eye be out here with a scope. Like, he will snipe a bitch with one eye. So, yeah. I was surprised that he was surprised that he found his way back to God. So, like, even though he been out in them streets cut up, killing people, it was really out of survival. And he would still pray. He would still talk about God. So it's like, he never really lost God. So, I don't know why he was surprised. Maybe because before, he didn't even believe in killing at all. And then he's just had to kill so much. So, I need to quit. I'm sitting here choking and shit. It's it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. left on this granola. When I take the granola out, I'm going to take the seal pad off the half sheet tray and then put it on this table, because since this is a stainless steel table, like it's like cold to the touch. If I leave it on the hot half sheet tray, it'll be warm longer. Like it'll gradually come down, but I want it to cool off faster, obviously, because I'm going to make my smoothie bowl. But yeah, y'all, I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. It was so much that happened in this episode. I think I hit on my main points and how I felt about everything. The intro had me finna cry. They are making it a point to keep us in our emotions and keeping us on this emotional journey about how far our people have come, and like this is really the end. We really end this for real. And then the whole Daryl and Lydia, and Daryl and Carol, and Daryl and Judith. Lydia got a boyfriend, which I feel like that's not something most people gonna talk about. I love that for her. She literally, as we know, did not grow up with the most loving mother. So her having a boyfriend, like I don't care what nobody say, they go together. Just the way that quick little exchange happened, I'm like, they go together. So just the way that quick little exchange happened, I know that they go together, and it is so nice for her to have that sort of thing, because she really ain't never had that before. And now that I think about it, I know that's probably another reason why Henry hurt so bad. Like when he got his dumb ass killed. He just didn't listen. Disobedient ass teenager. And then the fact that it was her mama that killed her boyfriend. I know it just hurt. But yeah, so I really like that for her. And I hope that that's something that everybody pick up on, because Lydia deserved love just like everybody else. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Lydia don't ever join no community unless we going back to Alexandria. And like you remember what Maggie said, how like we would go back to Alexandria because it's in better shape than any other community we have. Oh yeah, speaking of Elijah and them, Elijah, Lydia, who else was it? Let me get set up for the smoothie bowl. I'm gonna have to pull this granola out. Let me set up my blender. My best friend, Miss Vitamix, she's been taking care of me for years now. All right, my granola gotta be done for real this time. Because I've been talking about the whole Walking Dead episode. At least this podcast won't be hard for me to upload, because I won't have to put two different clips together. Because like when I'm watching Walking Dead, I'll do the kitchen clip and then me sitting eating with all my Walking Dead shit behind me. Oh yeah, it's perfect. This is perfect. Remember, you can always cook it some more. You can't uncook it. Hold on. You gotta get the quick TikTok. Cut your oven off. And to all those people that keep dishes, pots and pans and shit in their oven, take them dishes out your oven before you preheat your oven. I know somebody out here has preheated their oven with some shit in their oven before when it burnt something. So yeah, we got this hot ass granola. But yeah, so I really love that for Lydia. She deserved love just like everybody else. And it's nice for her to finally experience that. You see the blue light? Make sure your Vitamix is on. Granola. I should have been doing this the whole time I was cooking. Getting TikTok clips. I always tell myself I'm gonna make recipes twice. One to focus recording on TikToks, and then one on camera for y'all. And I never do it, and I don't be having no cooking content up. It's just that I'm so used to just being regular and just cooking in the restaurant. Ain't no, you just gonna pull out your phone working in somebody's restaurant. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna keep as much nutrition as possible in the granola. And that's why I'm not cooking the fruit. Like this, like if I would have had, imagine if I would have had this dried fruit, and this is as much or as little fruit as you want. I'm gonna probably double the blueberries, cause I like the amount of mulberries I got in here. I'm gonna double the blueberries. Organic freeze dried blueberries. I like a lot of blueberries. Unsulfured, no added sugar, none of that, just straight blueberries. Which is crazy. I've only seen these at Whole Foods. Like obviously you can order anything online nowadays, but yeah. Alright, I got that clip for TikTok. Now let me show y'all the granola. We're gonna let this cool off. Obviously, you don't want to put warm granola on your smoothie bowl, but do as I say, not as I do. I'm filming. If I wasn't filming, I would have just made the granola this morning, let it cool, and then whenever I felt like it, put it in the mason jar. And then that way, by the time I made my smoothie bowl, it would have just been my granola in the mason jar. But this is fresh, baked granola. Another thing that I told y'all I do is I put my bowls in the freezer when I know I'm gonna make me a smoothie bowl. So my bowl is definitely in the freezer. Y'all, I got chef hands. I'm used to hot stuff. Please use your oven mitts and don't use your hands for hot stuff that just came out of the oven. Do as I say, not as I do. Most people would burn their hands doing what I just did, picking this thing up. So let me be a good example. And use this. See? And then your sheet tray is clean. Y'all get the ASMR? Hold on. Don't trip, Michonne. I forgot I lifted this up. Y'all can't even see the granola. There we go. So yeah, this is the superfood cacao granola. So it's basically just chocolate granola. No added sugar at all. No oil. You know, when you buy granolas from the store, they be having oil in them. They be having added sugar in them. So you got the nice clusters of the granola. Follow me on TikTok to see the close-up version of this. This is cooling off already, I could tell. You don't gotta add your dried fruit to it. As soon as you pull it out, you can wait till it's completely cool and just fold it in. But I like putting the dried fruit on here as soon as I take it out, because then like it still be sticking. Like it's starting to stick. So yeah. So the granola is done. Crunchy, oil-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, all of that good shit. Just granola without the guilt. Move this out my way, actually. Because I'm about to turn on this blender, and that granola gonna start vibrating all over this table. So, the smoothie that I'm making today, I am using one of my favorite fruits, which are one of my favorite frozen fruits, which are dark sweet cherries. Now, I don't never hear nobody talking about dark sweet cherries. Dark sweet cherries, dark sweet cherries. Like, I'm always telling everybody I know about dark sweet cherries, and I don't understand why ain't nobody else talking about dark sweet cherries. Like, they are so good. So, dark sweet cherries, so good. Okay, let's get to it because I'm hungry at this point. So, I got macadamia nut milk. Remember that macadamia nut milk we made in the other smoothie video? I literally just set it in the freezer while I was recording, waiting on the granola just so it could get cold because I had it sitting out beforehand and it like half froze. That's funny. Boro bananas. There's a video on my channel how I save bananas for smoothies, peel and freeze them, and what they're supposed to look like. The star of the show, organic dark sweet cherries. You see the frost coming off of this? And other things that I like in this combination, blueberries and raspberries. The exact recipe is on my website. Where's my favorite spoon? One of my favorite spoons. This is like, this big spoon is like my favorite spoon. Like, you could literally use this to plate. Like, this is a nice big spoon. So like I told y'all, when I'm making smoothies, I always start at the bottom with easiest to blend to hardest to blend stuff at the top. So I always do my milk. First. Ignore the fact that that had texture. I set the milk in the freezer and it started to freeze. Ignore that. So, when you're making a smoothie bowl, I'm sorry to break it to you. If you're using a blender, you need a high-powered blender. Like a Vitamix. This is why I bought a Vitamix, okay? Just because I wanted to, they literally use Vitamix blenders in restaurants. Like, what do you want me to do? Beat me up. Now, if you want to get away with not having a high-powered blender, you can have a high-powered food processor. So if you got a strong, sturdy food processor, you can make a smoothie bowl in a food processor. I don't want to say that's cheating, but the video on my channel where I showed y'all how to make nice cream with frozen bananas, I was using a RoboCoupe. And it's like, you can't get a better food processor than a RoboCoupe. So that's like not a good example. So like, get you a nice, sturdy food processor, which you should have a food processor anyway. But yeah, just so you know, you could get away with making a smoothie bowl in a food processor. Now, because I'm making a smoothie bowl and not a smoothie, you don't really want that much liquid. When you're making a smoothie, you're going to use as much liquid to make a smoothie as thin as you want it. I like my smoothies thick. Like, you got to really work to drink it. I like thick smoothies. I don't want no loose-ass smoothie. I just don't like it. So I don't use a lot of liquid in smoothies anyway. But when you're making a smoothie bowl, you really don't want no liquid. Like, you could really get away with doing this with no liquid, but that'd be extra hard on your blender. Like, you could do it, but adding just a little bit of milk, it still be good. And it do give it a little creaminess. It's just different. It be good. My granola is over here cooling off. I'm going to do a touch, just a little touch, I like cinnamon and chocolate together, so just a touch of cinnamon in here. This is optional. And y'all know I can't forget about my good old friend, Date. And this should have went in after the milk. But because I cannot help but make sure a smoothie is extra healthy, I'm going to put me a little green powder in it. This is optional. This is not for flavor. This is for nutrition. And that's why I put like a little extra date syrup in there too. The only ingredient is organic dates. It's not like I just put sugar in here. A little green powder. This is on my Amazon storefront. The only green powder that I pretty much eat because I like how diverse this green powder is. This green powder got nettle, carob, alfalfa, barley grass, wheatgrass, horsetail, parsley, ginger, barley grass, basil, oat grass, dandelion, moringa, amla fruit, holy basil, chickweed, spirulina, chlorella, kelp, dulse, nori, and a bunch of enzyme catalysts. See, this is just good shit. Good shit. Okay, so now let's blend the smoothie. Mason jar for the granola. Don't forget about it. I might need to get another one. I'm going to move my phone because I'm about to shake this table real hard. Making this smoothie bowl. I'm about to shake this table real hard. RIP headphone users. Now is the time where you might want to turn me down. If you're listening to this podcast on any podcast platform, beware. I always feel weird using this backwards. I literally can't see this back. Let me make it my regular way because now I just confused myself. I accidentally unplugged it. When I tell y'all this is real life, I was like, now I've been using this blender all these years. First of all, stop it. I'm a one-man band. Cut me some slack. I unplugged. When was y'all gonna tell me I unplugged the blender? Huh? When was y'all gonna tell me? This is when you get the advantage of having a Vitamix blender that has a tamper because you can do shit like this. Sorry that Vitamix makes tampers to go with their blenders and yours doesn't. It's all about how thick you want it. Some people make smoothie bowls and they smoothie be a regular smoothie texture. It don't even be thick like ice cream. It's all about what you want. It's just this specific ratio and this specific combination of fruits that's so good with the chocolate granola. Come on, chocolate and cherries, like no brainer. So good. My blender is still on low. I haven't even turned it up yet. I might add just a little more milk. I could keep going and it'll get the texture that I want, but I do like the that vanilla macadamia nut milk that we made in the first smoothie episode. It's so good. So I'm gonna add a little more milk. I got like this much left because I don't use that much when I make smoothies. I like my stuff thick. Just a little bit. Get that nice smooth whirlpool. You know when you're using the Vitamix and it gets to that point where it looks like a whirlpool? That's what you really want to get to. It's hot in here now because I had the oven on, but I am not gonna turn the heat. I'm not gonna turn the air on because this smoothie bowl is about to make me cold. Like right now doing this, I feel like I'm working out. Once I get to about this point, that might be when I like start to turn my blender up. I don't like to turn my blender all the way up right off the bat. Because I've been making smoothies long enough. Like, it's fine. Cut this off. Thank you, Vitamix, for all that you have done for me over the years. I love you, and I am grateful for you. But now that I done did that damn workout, I'm hungry. So let me hurry up and make this smoothie bowl for my fruit star milk. Put this blender up. Shit, all we gotta do is eat now. We done did all the talking waiting on the granola, which was convenient. Look, you came for the Walking Dead, stay for the mukbang. So, let me bring our granola to the front. Could you imagine if I dropped this? I would literally cry. We got our beautiful granola. I want to show y'all, but I don't want to drop it. Like, it's beautiful. My bowl was in the freezer. Y'all know I got a Hydro Flask bowl that will really keep this cold, but I don't choose smoothies because they'd be cold on my teeth. And that would literally kill me. Is this bowl big enough? We shall see. Look at this. This is what you want. This is what you want. You see this? This is what you want. That baby need to stand up thick. You see that? That's what we needed to give. Whenever you know you're gonna make you a smoothie bowl, put your bowl in the freezer. Gotta get a thumbnail. Oh, this looks so good. I like a lot of granola. I'm gonna eat more granola than this, but let me get a picture for my thumbnail. Let me use my spoon. Gotta get the content. This is behind the scenes shit people don't show you. Got to. Now, we're going to put this. Hold on, we got to taste it. Let's give it a taste. Yes, sir. Yo. We're gonna sit that in the freezer. Cause that will never get old. I'm using a spoon to scrape the smoothie out of my Vitamix because if I was to use my rubber spatula, the Vitamix blade would cut it up. And I'm gonna sit this in the freezer. And I'm gonna clean up. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, y'all. Was Walking Dead, 11/18, and we did that already. I made granola, smoothie recipe. I'm about to fuck that smoothie bowl up when I cut off this camera. But yeah. I was just showing y'all how to make granola. Super easy. You could really make granola without measurements. The only reason that I measure is for content purposes. Like, literally, that is the only reason I measure making granola. But yeah, y'all, so you don't have to measure to make granola. Don't gotta be an exact science. You don't gotta be some genius. You don't gotta be a chef. It's fine. You could just be somebody that like granola. It's literally child's play. I think everything is child's play too, because when I was a child, I was making entire Thanksgiving dinners, brine and turkey for 3 days, herb butter under the skin. Like, I was that child. I don't know no other kids that was brine and turkeys as a child for 3 days, but yeah, so I'm just that person. So we got to get the money shot. Let's see if we could get the money shot, y'all, for the TikTok. And when I say TikTok, I'm including Instagram too. Let's see if I can get the money shot. I knew this was gonna make more granola. But just for the video. Yay, I actually made a fucking TikTok. I be feeling like, damn, at my mama age, when it be coming to technology, I be like, it's another app I need to learn how to use, y'all. I be so blue. Now, this granola, I'm about to eat some more of this granola with my smoothie bowl, so. We got some more glass over here. So yeah, shit, I really needed a half gallon. So now I know that when I make this amount of granola, so the amount of granola that is on the website, the recipe, you're going to need a half gallon mason jar. Because this quite don't look like it'll fill up another 32, but this is a 32 ounce. So just so y'all can have an idea. So now I know when I make that, ooh, one more crunch for the granola before I go, because this is a long episode. But it's only an hour and a half. Look at this nice cluster. Listen. All right. Granola. Superfood cacao granola with a dark sweet cherry smoothie bowl. Bye.